companies that are required to build that project. We invest in the infrastructure that is being upgraded, and even that one or two objects are not used after the Olympic Games. That is possible, that happens of course, as you made an example, but you don't calculate all that other infrastructures, all that other objects, all that other small and medium business that has developed during that building and that now continues to work. And that is what we are talking about. No, please. So, what was the main points of our opposition? The first main point was the question about what happens after. What happens after? Yes, with that exact objects, it may be that they are not used. But as you have told, I think on the first speech, is that many objects were built. Many objects, and yes, this one is the most known that is used, but many other objects, they are still being used, maybe not so intensive as it was during the Olympic Games, but they are used. It is additional motivation, it is additional resource and additional possibility for our sport people of that country to train in that object. The second big point was that is it a local only effect for the city, or is it a big effect for the country? So what we have tried to show is that first of all, because of the effect of multiplicator, this effect is being widened on the whole country. And secondly, what we think is that when country decides to make that Olympic Games in some city, it can decide to make it in the region which requires some new development and which requires some new investment. And if management of that country is good enough, if those managements they can calculate risks, then they can say, okay, we will invest that money, but actually according to the city plan, we wanted to upgrade this infrastructure, we wanted to build some new stadium, we wanted to do something. And this is a good opportunity, not just to invest that money there and then have no effect, or then have some local effect, but invest that money, have good reputation, have new objects, and have all the benefits that we are talking about. Because anyway, city needs development, anyway, region needs development. Thank you very much.
Так, а что нажимать надо? Стоп, рисовать. Ага. И стоп. Okay, thank you guys for all coming here. It's a really great and really interesting game. And in my speech, I just wanted to start from one sport quote. That is, sounds like win shows you what you can, and the lost shows you what you cost. And this quote we should understand literally. We should understand that literally the cost of the loss, for example, in Sochi is $50 billion, and we can use this rule, for example, for other Olympic Games where a lot of money were spent and no effect was gained. And now in my analysis I will try to explain you that our position is really true. And first of all, okay, we'll start from clashes, and first clash is First clash is about infrastructure, and is infrastructure necessary, or is it not in this one city, and will it be developed or it won't be developed? And of course our government tells us that we will build an infrastructure in one city and it will be great and it will be okay and it will be rational, but we know that there are a lot of problems with this, and we don't need to spend so much money for the position tells us that we don't need to spend so much money for things, so much money for developing infrastructure in only one city. That we don't need to do this when there are a lot of other cities that need spending and that are really poor and that really need infrastructure. And the other point of this clash is about the lived objects. It was sounds too, and our opposition said that there are a lot of lived objects. Please.
There is no obligation to host in the capital. You can host in the region
Of
that
course.
needs development.
And we will have finally we will have a capital, one oasis in the desert, and really desert around there, such as in Russia, for example, and in Moscow. I will tell you about this a bit later. Another clash is economy. Is it good for economy or is it bad for economy? Our government said that we will have an investments and we will have practice for economy. Okay, it's really loud loud thesis, but we can say that on the other part of the story it will destabilize the economy, and that first of all because we develop only one city and other living not developed, and the other point is that about rational spendings and about for example, which Mighty May said about the motto of the Olympic Games in Sochi that cost $50 million for German agencies that take $50 million for only 3 words. And for example, no, it's really irrational spendings. And our third clash is about social sphere, and is it good or is it really bad? And of course our government says that it will unite a nation, for example, and have some more social benefits. But we all know that if there is Olympic Games in a country, it will cause some bad effects too. For example, the depressed nation of bad economy results, because we all know when economy destabilized, a lot of people are struggling from them. And the other problem is the depression of the responsibility when the whole world society is looking how this country is organizing this Olympic Games, and in that way, and if the organization is not on the high level, of course it will cause the depression of the whole nation. And the other point is the depression of the world attention, when a lot of problems became more clear, and more clear not only inside of the, out of the country, but inside it. And the fourth point is about the reputation, and I have no time to explain it, but but you understand that. And finally, I just wanted to say that we can use one side on another. We can use an oasis in the desert, or clever, balanced development of all economy. We can use, we can choose irrational spending, so clever spending for real things, and we can use depression of the lost or happiness of the win. Thank you.
Thank you.